Hey everybody, this is Lisa, working on the back inside cover, and this is the last page, and then there's just decorating and tags. So I'm very excited. So our base working sheet here is 8 3/8 across this way and 9 3/4 up and down. Okay, so that's that. And I just grabbed, I have this in my stash, I had this, which are two of the same size, in my stash of leftovers. This still hadn't been used, and then, let's see. Okay, so this is my working sheet. I'm going to put this aside for a second. Let's see, I'm thinking that I'm going to have this come over, so I want to kind of build build a sheet around this. And I don't know if I'm going to have any other paper on this sheet or how I'm actually going to do it, but let me take the pin out and it'll work a lot better. I hope. Oh yes. Okay, and I did already pre-ink this. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of find a center here somewhere. There we go. Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay, now I'm going to give this, let's see, bring this back here for a minute, and I don't know, I only want it to be about here, so I'm going to cut off a little bit of this. Not much, it's about a quarter of an inch I'm getting rid of. And then I'm going to score a 1/2 inch. And flip that around. Okay, so there's the beginning of this. Find the center here. Let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much center right there. So now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to cut this down. I'm making it just ever so slightly smaller than my working base page. And let's see, where is that? There it is right there. Okay, and then this one. Go, and then do this back again. Alright, good. There we go. Okay, so there's that. But, oh, excuse me. I want to cut this down where I have an edge, and then I want to take, let's see, let me see here. Yeah, that's good. And what did that come down to? Just below 5. So probably doing it this way. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this okay where it's this. Then I want to take and bring this here. So let me get my little ruler, and I want to kind of take my pencil. I have got to get this thing sharpened. Let's see, where is a better pencil? This is a little sharper. Okay, that will give me a cutting spot. And then that'll give me a cutting spot. Okay, so I think I can figure out, I think this will work on this one. Maybe. Voila. And this won't work. So I'm having a hard time. Let's see. Okay. Alright, let me see what I've got here. Okay. Clean this up just a smidge. There we go. I've got to put a new cutter in here, a new blade. I tell you, the first one I think dulled up pretty quick because it was cutting into the plastic where it's finally made itself a little place to go, and yeah, so I don't know if that's why it. Of course, I do use the cutter. I'm in here every single day, guys, so I do use the cutter a bit, but it is definitely needing a new blade. The problem is I can't remember where I put them. Don't laugh. I hear you. I hear you all laughing at me. Okay, then I'm just erasing a little bit of the, of course, a lot of good that just did that I took my that I brushed this off, right? Okay. Still got a piece. Where did that piece go? Right there. All right. I did, okay, so alright, so there's that, and I like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on here, if anything. And then here I'm going to use these to make a little opening, and I'm going to put a, well, what everybody's calling a booklet. I call it just a little folder tag, but booklet works for me. And then this is going to go on that, and this will be sitting on top of it, so that will look really nice. Okay, so let's get these figured out. Half inch. There we go. Now this can wrap around because this is what's going onto the back, inside back cover. So this can totally wrap around. But no, it can't because I want it to flip this way. So I don't need it, well, I do need it to flip like that. Then I also need a 1/2 inch flip here. Okay. Okay. So we've got that, and we've got so this is a flap that's going to go there. This is going to get cut down once I figure out how, let's see. Put that there. And pencil. So I need basically let's see here, I need this to be 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 1/2 inch flip. And I'm going to cut off what I don't need. Okay, get the little excess bulk out of the corner and burnish. And then this piece is going to go, let me cut. Pencil again. There it is. Cut this down. Okay, put this back this way. Put that just like that. Fold this in. And there's my pencil. Good Lord, I put it where it was supposed to be and I still couldn't find it. Okay. All right. I think I can put this away for right at the moment. Get this put together. So I have 2 1/2-inch flips and a 1/2 inch down here, and then I have one piece that is the length of those flipped over and the length between the score mark and the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these two together. Let me just give this a little snip, and this one. Okay, now I can do it. Good. Oopsie. What happened here? Okay, pick this back up. This got a little over. There we go. Alright, and then if there's anything hanging over the edge, you just cut it off. Gosh, it is hard to see black on black. But I tell you, black is one of the most forgiving colors to work with. There we go. Okay, so back to the working page. Let me measure this now. and there. I'm going to want this longest strip, so we'll cut that first. That gives me a nice long strip. Alrighty. So let's see what we got here. Very nice. Let me get this inked up. Really just covering the white. I'm not really trying to ink up the sides at all. Okay. Kind of forgot to keep putting the, oh, there it is. I love this side. I love it, but I can't use it everywhere. It'd be a pretty boring album. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. Alright. And then this is going to get glued on right here. Make sure. Go. Okay. Good. So there's that. A nice flap. Okay. And I'm going to do the same here. I have one more sheet of this paper because this one is not large enough, but I do have another sheet of that paper, so that will go make it there. This is gonna go right come on, slide down a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's good. Good, nothing came through that side. Very good. So there's the beginnings of this page. Alright, so now because I didn't seal up this. So let's get that done. Just right along the very bottom, the left side of the score mark, so that I can close this little pocket up. We don't need it popping out. There we go. Okay, so now let me put a little more thought into this and pull some more things together, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now remember my working base page is 8 3/8 this way. So I'm going to cut these down. Right now what I'm doing is making the flaps for I've decided what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to do a waterfall, a little different. So I'm going to have like basically a 1/2 inch on either side of this, and the rest of it will be for pictures. So like I said, it's 8 3/8, so I'm going to cut it to 7 3/8. Let me move this. So 7 3/8. Get this. There we go. And I did put a new, much better, I did put a new blade. I did. And so now here, I've got an 11 sheet of paper, and I'm going to put, see, did I like this one? See, I did one to play around on a scrap piece of paper that, and yeah, I like that. So let's see, where did I get these from? This is, yeah, 5 and 5 1/2. So, I'm going to have one at 5 and 5 1/2. All right. And I want to make sure that this is straight. Okay, so here's the first one, and I believe I'm going to get, let's see, just for giggles here, get that up to the 1/2 inch mark. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 of them. So you saw what I did there. I cut this down to 7 3/8. I scored at 5 and 5 1/2. So I'm going to make 3 of them and see how we're coming, and so I'll be back in just a second. I just thought I'd go over one more with you. I cut this down to 7 3/8, and then I am going to score at 5 and 5 1/2. I'm going to sure they match, because I need them to be nice and straight. There we go. Okay, put this out of my way for a moment. Okay, so actually no, because now I'm gonna work with these. Now these are 7 3/8. You want like 6 1/2 or 6 1/4 at least. Do 6 1/2. Yeah, if you want at least 6 1/4 to have an edge so that the picture will kind of have a little black all the way around. And that will leave a little over an inch. Okay. So now what I want to do, let's see. Now what I want to do, and I am going to have to open this up. Okay, just on this top section here, I want to cut off from 6 1/4 over. So, so I want to bring it over to 6 1/4. Make sure I'm nice and straight. Start on this end and go right up only to the score line. There we go. And then I'm just going to trim this off. Okay, so then this is going to be what you'll see. Okay, I'm also, so I'm going to do that to every one of them. I'm just going to take this, move this end over to 6 1/4. Let me do it again for you. Open these up. I want my blade to be down here at the bottom. I'm going to move this to 6 1/4 because that's how wide I want the top to top flap to be, is at 6 1/4. Then I'm going to cut up to this first score line. And then trim it off. There we go. Okay, so I will have, let's see, I will have 3 this way, and then I'm going to do the other 2 a different way. So let me get this one. 6 1/4. There we go. Okay, so there's those 3. And now with these, I want to do this side. So I'm going to put the blade up at the top. This will make it the opposite side, yes. Put this on 6 1/4. Make sure it's nice and straight. And now I'm going to cut down to the first score mark. There we go. Okay, and I'll do this one more time. Now I have the shorter of the two flaps up at the top. Measure over to 6 1/4. Make sure I'm nice and straight. I want to cut from the top down to the first score mark. There we go. Okay. There we go. There's that. Now I also want, let's see, so it will go here, 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 here. So that's how it'll go. Okay, and everything lines up pretty nicely. Very good. Okay, and then I think I'm now done with this. Put this away for a little while. And now I'm trying to wonder. See, now this top one is 5. If I have, let me think here now. I think actually, and before I do anything else, I want to put an edge on, but I'm just not sure on what. So that's my issue right now. Do I want to put it right here? Do I want to put it right here? Because this is going to be like this. And that will still, yeah, I think, let's give it a try. Because I've been using this on a lot of stuff throughout the book, and I'd really like to bring it to this last page here. And oops, that's why it was looking funky. It was up on this edge just a little bit, and I'm like, this is not working just right. Okay. And one more time. I'm not looking at it straight up and down, so I'm not really seeing. Ah! There we go. Okay, I'm going to just trim this up so it looks slightly finished off. Okay. Now I want to see if one below it is going to show. So I'm kind of lining these up like they would be a half inch. No, it does not show. So that's nice. Okay. So I'm going to do that to all of them. I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom, and see the other thing I'm going to do as well, and I'll do that while I've got you here, is I'm going to have a booklet in here, and I want the booklet to be larger than this, okay? I want it to fill up the majority of this. So I'm going to mark a little pencil and probably only go in about like that, and then I'm going to have it about here. So I'm going to put these two together, so I'll leave a 1/2 inch strip out. Let's see, where is that? Right there. Get this flush, and that's where that is. There we go. That's straight, or did I screw up? Nope, that's straight. And then here, we're going to do this. Okay. So now this one, I'm gonna line you up. Okay. There's that. Let's see how well I did there. Oh yeah. And then I want a 1/2 inch flat. This on here, just like that, and then I'll trim this little excess bit off, and that'll be my book that's gonna fit right in here. Okay, maybe it needs to be a little shorter, but I can, once I get it put together, I will make it a little shorter. And then all of the inner workings is going to be hidden behind the book. So it'll make it a much neater looking page. You'll just see this. Alright? Okay. So let me get things figured out, and I'll be back. Okay, so I think I've got this peg figured out. I pulled this out, this lace, and then it all came together. I got some eyelets because I wanted to know what else I was going to do with this front page. Let me move this out of the way here, which was going to kind of figure out everything else for me. So I'm going to try and center the pieces on here, and then I'll cut the rest of it off. So I think that looks pretty good. Just like that. I hope everybody's doing alright today. I'm Lisa, if you don't already know. And we're just about done with this. I hope I've made it easy for you to follow and do the product, do this album if you wanted to follow the pages, or even if you just want to use one or two of the pages in something you're doing. Anything I can do to inspire somebody else makes me happy, because I certainly am happy when I get inspired by somebody. So, just as crafters, we all have the same goal of having fun and making something beautiful. Okay. Now, oops. Let's kind of center this. Oops. How's that? That looks pretty good. Get it on there. I did the glue spread around a little bit right there when I dropped it and picked it up and dropped it. I'm going to give it a little stretch so it straightens out. And I think that looks pretty similar. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a second. And what I'm going to do here is I have 8 of these, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 areas in between these. Although I want them to be back a little bit. Let me see. I'll get my Tim Holtz ruler here, which is really getting dirty. And I'm going to center. Let's see, here, here, so that. Let's see, I'm looking at the wrong piece here. There and there. Okay, so that's center. We'll pull it back just a little bit. Let me get this. Okay. I'm going to put this on a straight line here. It's going to help me out. Anything that helps me keep things straight. And that's really nice. So there's the 6, and I got that dead on. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, so now I'm going to take a pencil, and this, I think I want it a little bit closer in. So I'm going to get it about 5/8 of an inch in. That's why I love this ruler. And I'm going to just kind of center it right in here. I'm not really working the ruler so much as just kind of centering these holes that I want to make. And I pulled out the 3/16 ones because I'm wanting to, I got a glue thread. I'm pulling out the 3/16 size because I'm wanting to get some of the paper from the back to show through. There we go. Look at my glue. Can you see that? It's a big bubble of goo. I hate when it does that. So if you want it to stop, pull this off. You pop that, squeeze your bottle, put this back on, and then let the bottle inhale, and it will suck all of that stuff out of there. So it won't do it anymore. Okay. Little tip. Okay, so I got my Big Daddy here, which I actually used to have the Crocodile, which I loved and used, but I got rid of it because this one I can do all of it with. It might be a little bulkier, but I only have room to keep one, and so that's what I did. So I'm moving this to the 3/16 hole, and I'm lining up the mark that I made with the hole punch. And I'm sorry I can't really show you a good angle on this. But basically it's just, as I said, lining up the hole, trying to keep the same line so everything's nice and straight. I might have to flip it around and go the other way now. Okay, oh, it's looking good. I'm knocking everything over. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm quite, oh, that's what's causing the problem. Okay, so now I'm going to put the eyelets in. And there is a B side and a D. These impression parts, this one has just got a little teeny one. And this one's deeper. Those are for like when you have solid eyelets, where there's not a hole in it, but it's still an eyelet. That's what you would use. I've got the larger, so you want the D on the left hand side. There's a little D there, and that is the A piece, because that's going to fit into my 3/16 eyelets and hold them steady. If you can use the other one, but it doesn't do as nice a job, because this is for the 1/8 side. So you want the 3/16 side in on this side. Then on this side you have, let's see, you have 1, which is the 3/16, that goes with A. All right. Then you have 2, which goes with B. You have 3, which goes with C, and then you have 4, which goes with the D part. Okay? So that's one way of kind of easily remembering. 1 and A, 2 and B. And you can switch them out if it's not working just right, because each eyelet does kind of have a little different way of itself, you know, doing its thing. Okay. So there's your little lesson on the big shot. Oh, didn't squeeze it quite tight enough. Let's see. See, now this might be the story where I'm gonna have to switch it out to the other one, because it's not squishing. So now I've got it on A on the top. This is just not wanting to flatten out really well. So let me see. Let me try this one and see what I get now. So now I've got it on B on the bottom. Let me see how I'm doing there. No, I think it's just that it's a very long piece here, and I'm only going through one sheet of paper, and I think that might be my problem. I suppose I could let me get a strip and just put it back here. Line it up and make a hole, and let me see if that makes any difference. Okay, let's see if that helps any. Get it through both pieces, flip it back. Let me put it back on where it's supposed to be. sure I get it. Huh, nope. And I don't know where I got these eyelets from because I get them, you know, garage sales and all kinds of different places. So I couldn't tell you. Huh? No? Okay. Oh, well, I can't tell if it helped or not because it didn't get caught. Let's try that again. Where's the hole? Come on, where's the hole? There it is. Okay. Give me another eyelet. Let's see if having a second piece of paper in there is going to help. Okay, I've got both this time. Oh no. No, 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 no. I only had enough to do this. And that is totally ruined. Let me see if I can flatten that out. I must have had it in there crooked. Let's see. Huh. I wonder, I'm sitting at an angle and I wonder if that's got something to do with it. This table has a little, let me see. Just mutilating that thing. Well, and unfortunately I'm going to keep it there. Huh, because I don't have another one. But we'll see. Let me make another hole. Black on black is too hard to see. I should have picked a different color. There we go. Well, hopefully I won't have another mishap here. Oh, that didn't sound good either. But it's all right. See, they're only made to go back so far, so because you want to take them and usually put them in a deeper setting. So, but unfortunately, these are the only black, larger ones that I had, and this paper is going to cause me a problem. So I'm going to cut it off. Come on, I don't want to rip anything, but come off of there. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be alright. I'm just going to get them on. I might run a little ribbon through them, or I might just leave them. I don't know yet, but we're there right now, so we got to keep going. Okay, and I don't know how many times I've thought I was in the eyelet. Come on, get in there. Thought I was in the eyelet and I setup mode, and I was in the making a hole. There we go. Uh-oh. I don't have it on the one I need to have it on. Maybe that'll make a little bit of a difference. Because I want it on 1 and A, and I still had it on B. So let me go back and do a little tighter. There we go. That's working better. 1 and A. Okay. Now that I understand my issue. I'm not that worried about it. Okay, just 2 more and then we'll be done with this part. And one right here. And see, I've got eyelets now in, I think, 3 different parts of the book. And I will put them on the tags as well, so then I will have eyelets throughout. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me trim this up. I'm actually going to trim this off. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm off camera here. Let me get it a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. I just hope I remember to put it back. I'm going to go ahead and trim this section off. Come on. And then I'm going to okay, there's that. Do the same thing here. Just cutting this off because I want it to be as neat an edge as possible. And I will tack all that down just as until I know for sure that that's all I'm going to do right there. I'm not going to tack the rest of this down because I may want to do something. I don't think I do, but at least I'm keeping the option open. Okay, now I want this on the inside, and I'm going to try and use as little of it as possible. And I want to think, I like having the stripe this way instead of this way. I think I would use it more, so I will put it this way instead of using it this way. Although, this would use less. This would make more sense. Yeah, it's okay. I will do it this way because this will make more sense. Okay, so I'm going to place this right up where it needs to be and flip it over. And you see how you can see the blue through there? I thought that was neat, bringing the blue. That's what I was trying to do. And make sure I've still got this where I need it. Okay, now I'm just going to take my pencil, close this up, take my pencil, and I'm going to mark this. Alright, and now I am going to get, let's see, what is this? Yeah, let me get my cutter here. And I'm first going to cut inside this score line, right about there. So there you can see, I think, I cut about 1/8 of an inch in from the score line. Let me back you out. Sorry. See, I knew I'd forget. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Alright, and again we're going to cut about the same off on this one until I get to there. And then I'm going to do the angle as best I can. Does that look straight? I think it does. Okay, and then we're going to do the other one, same way. Until, let's see, right there. And then I'm going to do this angle. I'm lining the line up with one of the edges of the, and then making sure that it looks even. Okay. I didn't do quite as well with this one, I think. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I didn't get that one quite right there, but I think other than that, it's looking pretty good. So there we go. These edges are a little funky because they're, oh, that's the mutilate that. That's the I thought it was the paper. It's the lace. Okay, so let me move this back out of the way. Okay. Let me, last night I went through all of my little tags and everything and trimmed away all the little pokey, you know, the parts that where you pull them out, and I edged them all so they're all ready for embellishments because we're getting there. We're getting there. I've done some decorating on the pages, but not much. Okay, now we're going to start pulling this thing all together. Okay, glue. Oh my goodness. I'm sending things flying. If you could see my area right over here, just out of camera reach, it is absolutely the messiest thing ever. You know what? I think right here, I think I'm going to put some score tape. The only thing is finding where I put the score tape. There it is. Wipe that off. Because this is going to be right there by the eyelets, and I think it's going to need all the help it can get. And I'm going to put some score tape down here. On each side. And that'll really help keep the paper down. Okay, now we're going to use glue on the rest of it. Put my finger right in it. That was graceful. Okay. score tape put over on the edge there. Okay. How does that look on that side? Good. And put it down. I didn't put anything on the sides here. Get a little bit of glue pushed in there. Help. There we go. Okay. Put my pin back in my glue. I've been a good girl. Okay, so a big bite away. I'm done with that. Now I have all of my pages here. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna start with this top one. I had to think about that for a second. And I'm just gluing down this part. And I think I will use a bit of score tape in the center. And I'm going to glue on the top and bottom. Down the side on each side and around the bottom. I don't put glue on the score tape because I think it diminishes the score tape. I don't know. It may not. I don't have, that's just a theory. I don't have any, you know, actual thoughts on that. Okay, I'm going to line this up. Get a little help. Alright. Kind of line it up. I think that looks pretty good. Right about there. Okay, so there's the first one. Make sure there's nothing oozing out the back end here. And I'm going to put the next one on, and I do want it to be opposite. Here I've got the short page on this side, here I've got the short page on this side, okay? I'm going to have to try and move this down a little bit because I'm working right into my tripod. Okay, again, you know what? I'll just do my ATG, it'll be quicker. There we go. All right. Now we're going to try and fit this right up with that. Line it up. I'm not pushing hard on it until I lay this back over and make sure we're lined up. We're good. And it moved down. And I didn't want it to move down. sure. Yes, good right there. Sorry. All right, next one. I'm just making sure that I have my short one here and my short one here. Do my ATG or score tape or just glue. If you don't have any of the others, the glue will work just as well. Okay, make sure that nothing's sticking over. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to butt it right up. I'm going to just lightly lay it down. Bring that down. Looks good. So I gave it a little smooch. It does move it, so don't give it a little smooch until you get it back. And I'm just going to leave that because I think it'll actually let it lay down a little nicer. Okay, so here we can see how we're doing so far. And each one of these is going to be laying on pattern paper, so it'll really make those shine through, I'm thinking, at this point anyway. Okay, next one. We have short on this side, short on this side. ATG. Oops. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle. A little glue. Skip to my glue, my darling. I don't know where that came from, sorry. Line it up. Make sure we're straight. And we are. And I'm just gonna push it. Push it down. That was good. That was very good. And then flip this. Run it again. Flip this. Run it again. Okay, last one. Excuse me. Allergies are a little better on my end. I hope nobody else is having major allergy issues. I know some people get it really, really bad. Okay, this one down. It's beautiful. Oops. All right, let's see where we're looking here. Very nice. And then I'll figure out something cute. I'm thinking I might even put a pocket, but I don't know yet. It might just get, I don't know. Might just stay the way it is. I might end up making another one. Anyway, that's where it sits right now. Okay. So here's this. Now I have this book I want to do, and I have this. I think this would look really nice where you can see it here because it's the same pattern that's all around this lady. Color's a little different, but I still think it'll be nice on the booklet. Okay, because you'll actually see that much of it. And I think that looks nice. Okay. All right. And I want to do it on both sides, and this is 8 inches. So if I'd cut 4 2-inch strips, I'll be able to put it all the way across here and here. So you can put it in either way and you're going to get those strips. So that's what I am going to do. Let's see. This first one will be okay. So first one I'm going to need this. And I'm going to need it opened up. So I want a 2-inch strip, and this is 8 inches, so I've got to put it on the 6. And I guess I'll do all of them on this, so they'll all be the same. And 2. Alright, let's see how well I did. I will need to cut these down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I've got one that's considerably higher. So let me trim all of these up just a smidge. Okay, that one's perfect. That one's perfect. Oh, I did get a smidge. And I got a smidge off that one. This is the one that was the first one I cut. And it, all the other ones looked like they were fine, but I just thought I'd go through all of them. But that first one, when you have that scoreboard opened and you don't lock it underneath, it's kind of wobbly, but it's kind of a pain to lock it and open it up just to use for, you know, 1 or 2 cuts. So in that aspect, I'm not sold on this. But for the rest of it, the ease of just having a cutter and a scoreboard all in one and not having to have 2 different things when I'm doing a bunch of stuff, I like. But I also like having the little ones right by. But now these are perfect. And I'm going to glue them edge to edge on the book all the way down, and then I'll just cut off. Okay, and let me ink them up real quick. Oh goodness, so I've been quite excited about getting to the embellishment stage on this. I'm gonna try and do some really pretty tags, and I really enjoyed the way my front inside cover came out. So, but this one will be really nice too. And I'm low on paper, but I'm not as low as I was really fearing. So we'll see. And I did have to use this whole sheet, which has nice cards to it, but I have these cards throughout the book, so it's not like some of this is getting cut off here, but okay. Lay it, actually, I think I might like a little bit of black edge. I think that'll be good. A little bit of black edge. Not on the top and not on this end, but just, I mean, not on the sides, just on the top. Make sure that's good and down. Clean this off so I don't get it everywhere. Take my scissors and cut this away. And I'm going to keep that. I need to try and be a little, because even that's cute, but that I won't be able to use. I need to be a little more careful. This probably won't come in handy, but I probably could use that. So I think I'm going to not put glue there. Well, pretty much the whole thing. Yeah, okay. So now I see where it's going to end. And I'll keep glue off of there so I can use it. Okay. Now, oh, wait a minute. I have to keep them going in the same direction. Okay. So I'll go from this end here with a little bit of edge on the top. There we go. Cut this off. Yeah, so keep that in mind. If you have a pattern going in a certain direction, I think it would be great to keep that pattern going in the same direction. So you wouldn't want some facing this way and some facing this way, especially in a really haphazard format. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting low on glue in that bottle again. Going to do the same thing right at the edge, a little down from the top. There we go. Ah. This off. Again, this will be nice to be able to have to use on something. Okay, so we'll start over here There we go. Cut this off. And for right now, we'll be done with the booklet because I don't know, what else I'm going to have. I will probably put some of the blue paper on in there. But let's see how this is going to look now. This in here. Oh, I like that. And I love how you can see the blue here. And I'm going to do a little different closure. I think I'm going to do some kind of button closure here. So, because I want it, I'm looking for it to look like it's different pieces of apparel as well. Kind of, sort of. Okay, so let me clean up a little bit. And I find my needle somewhere. Alright guys, and I'll be back in just a sec.